This morning, we're anchored off Bigge Island. After breakfast, the explorer takes us to Wary Bay on Bigge Island. We head off to explore the unusual rock formations off the beach. This island has been of significant cultural importance to the Aboriginal people. This may have been because of the unusual rock formations. There are several of these rock circles which may have been used for important life event ceremonies like death and circumcision rites. Back on the beach, these caves are full of rock art. They're in the Wanjanu style. Some figures are filled with fine lines and patterns. Depictions of ships means that these date to the contact period. Some of the figures are shown with European-style clay pipes. The caves go way back through small passageways. On the way back to the Coral Discoverer, we cruise the shoreline of Bigge Island. The rocks have eroded into fantastic shapes. We name them after animals they resemble, like Crocodile Rock and Rhino Rock. We're back to the ship by 10 o'clock. The captain has something special for us. We're going to the Montesquieu Islands, a seldom visited group of islands with a large bird population. Some of the Montesquieu Islands are just rocks, but they're just right for the seabirds because the surrounding seas are rich in their favorite foods. The rosette tern owes its name to a pinkish tint on its breast in breeding plumage. The other tern we see is the much larger, lesser crested tern. Sterna Island is the home to a large number of both kinds of terns. Sterna is the genus name for the tern family. We also see some brown boobies. A lone osprey sits on the high point of Sterna Island. We're in Van Sittart Bay this morning. Our first excursion today is to Jar Island. It gets its name from shards of pottery found here, which are believed to have been brought by the Makassans. We head inland to the rocks. We find the cave that has extensive rock art. These are in the Guan style, much older than the Wanjana. This style is 10 to 20,000 years old. The figures are long-bodied with elaborate headdresses, tassels, and sashes. There are also different styles, which may be 4,000 to 8,000 years old. On the way back to the beach, we find another of those mysterious rock piles, possibly a funeral pyre. After a little beachcombing, it's back to the explorer, and then back to the Coral Discoverer for lunch. Our next excursion is to the Anjo Peninsula. Let me set the stage for you. The year is 1942. The world is at war. You're flying from Perth to Broome. But you're off course and low on fuel, and it's getting dark. You see the salt flat and decide to land your C-53 Skytrooper there. But you overshoot and end up in the trees. You and your crew are uninjured and are rescued 3 days later. The wreck was partially salvaged after the end of World War II. The rest of the plane has been here for over 70 years. One of the Pratt & Whitney Twin Wasp engines was damaged beyond salvage. Now the wreck in this remote corner of the Kimberley gets only a few visitors each year. But it's a small reminder of the complex history of the Kimberley. We head back to the beach, glad that we made the effort. Our last excursion of the day is to Woku Woku Island for champagne and sunset. This beach was a Makassan base camp up to 1900. We scour the beach looking for artifacts. Here the Makassans process their sea cucumber catch by first boiling them in big pots on these hearthstones. There's a lot of nature to appreciate here too. As the sun starts to head toward the horizon, we head for the bar, and then settle back to enjoy the sunset. And then back to the ship for dinner.